We see them in the games, we see their highlights, we see their lowlights, but who are they? That's the question that we are aiming to answer with a quick chat with everyone from the Quick Squad. But this time we get a managerial perspective, the person in charge for wrangling everyone together. And Terry's, thank you for joining me. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine, and you?
Oh, I'm doing splendid. I'm doing splendid. I've been waiting for this one because I really like to get different perspectives of the team, and we've talked to the players, we've talked to the coach, but you're the manager of Quick Esports, and for
hmm
people who don't quite know what that means, what do you do typically, day to day as a manager?
Um, I scrim. I'm not scrimming. Oh my god, I I booked the scrims because
Uh-huh.
the boys like. Oh, with this team is like a whole different story, of course, because they don't scrim as much because this is like a more chill and laid back team. But usually with teams, it's like you book the scrims for them. There are 7 players, and you need to schedule like the time. There's usually like the time frame from 6 to 8 and 9 to 11 are the usual like scrim times. And yeah, you just need to schedule that and find out on what days the boys can, and just book the scrims with other managers. And this is like, for me, this is like the least that you can do as a manager. This is like a scrim bot, quote unquote. But for me, there is more to that. Of course, it's like bonding with your team, spending time with your team, seeing like how they are doing, because they are also young people with their own lives and own burdens. So you also like, at least I try to see how they are doing and how they're feeling, and yeah, kind of also taking care of them, like being the mother of the team. What else? Yeah, seeing. I also do scouting, or did that with the on last stage with my last team. That I looked into what kind of teams do we have to scrim to, or to practice certain comps, and yeah, and help also the coach. Uh, for PNR last season, I made like a whole, when the perks came out, I made a whole like exit Excel sheet with all the perks and all the, not even the perks, but with the maps and whatnot and percentage. So yeah, it's like
Yeah.
from manager to manager different how much they put into their teams.
Mhm. Yeah, it kind of sounds like there's the like you've got like the kind of doing the basic, the scrim bot manager, like you put it, and then there's more ways you can be proactive in a way,
Yeah,
and find ways to help the team more. That sounds like a lot of work making that Excel sheet with all the perks. There's a lot of perks. That
yeah, that
can't have been
was
easy.
quite a lot. Yeah, I sort of like, I always go above and beyond. I also not only do things for my own teams, but also like for the community. And yeah, what I did to myself, and every time now I also have help. Like I created like with uh, another manager, Sukara. Like you're gonna talk to her on Wednesday.
Yep.
um, we made like a manager scrum server. There were also, or was it like already enough scrum servers, but when Faceit came around, and everybody was like, "Oh, this old system with 4.5k scrims are like, it's not working," and there was like a kind of like inflation, quote
Yeah.
unquote, and so we tried to build a server that was leaning onto the Faceit pyramid with the masters, expert, and advanced and open division, and it works insanely well. And yeah, and then I noticed like when I started out as a manager, I had like to kind of figure out who are even the managers of those teams. Like you need to reschedule, um, like you need to reschedule matches, or you want to scrim certain teams, but you don't even know who you have to contact. And I struggled a lot at the start because I didn't know anyone. So I started. because I wanted to help the community, I started to make a manager context sheet for every division. And then I noticed, oh, like it's easy with the OWCS managers. There are just 7 others or 8 managers there. And then it started to get more and more and more with like a master division, expert division, advanced, and don't even start with the open division. Like it's insane. And every time like I'm doing it at the start of a season, I'm like, why the hell am I even doing this? Like this is
Mhm.
like so much hassle. But then I see like how the community responds and how much this simple sheet help people. So I was like, yeah, this is actually the reason why I'm doing it, because it's
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, it helps the community and brings people together. I mean, you're totally right. I've never scrimmed at the like 4.8 level, but like even if you're like a chiller team scrimming lower level, you still feel like the inflation. It's like you look for a scrim that's like 3.8k, and it's like, I'm not 3.8. Why are we doing this? This doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense. It's like a
yeah, yeah,
made up number.
yeah, yeah.
uh but like that Rolodex of managers, that sounds very useful. And having a Discord where like you kind of not use that old outdated system that's like all the way back to like Overwatch 1. I don't even when that started, but like kind of updating it. No, and as well as helping the community in another way, you're helping with OWTV. Is that
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
How is it that you're helping that?
Uh, I'm helping in the social department, like sort of social media manager, and it's pretty new to me. And when I applied to it, I was like, this is new, but I want to learn. And I already this and that. And like, I kind of have a skill set. I have Photoshop and I want to learn and I want to like keep doing this for the community,
Hmm.
doing something for the community because I really love to do that. So right now I'm like, it's like just Twitter, social media manager stuff and like preparing the thumbnails and whatnot. Hmm.
Yeah, because that's a very important thing. Because that's another place where people get to know the players a bit more, and it's
Yeah.
something that has been lacking in Overwatch esports for a while. We used to have a bit more back in the Overwatch League days, but that's when money was getting funneled into it at Lightspeed versus now where it's a bit less. So yeah, endeavors like that's very important. Going back then, so you also check in with the players like mentally then, like to kind of check in with where they're at. And I think of this team specifically, a lot of the players have mentioned that they felt burnt out before joining this team. So has it been also checking in with them to see that they're not burning out again and that they're still happy with the kind of chill vibes of the team, stuff like that?
Uh, yeah. I also think like with the team before, I also checked on them like how are they doing because I got worried at the end of stage 2 because I saw they do so much and I was so worried for like the players and checked up on them because with this team the workload was less than the teams that I had before because the stage 2 team was like more a good mix for with new up and coming players and like already like established players that played in the spotlight already. So they help each other out. And then you had like the old Ankh Netsuki, and he already gave a lot of like a base and was like a pillar to the team. So it took a lot of workload from me in that area. But
Mhm.
usually with like other teams or teams with like not so experienced players, I had a lot of work where I was like talking to them every day. I had to check on them mentally because they're putting players tend to put themselves into a spot where they like, put a lot of pressure onto themselves, don't know how to balance real life and the game. And I tried to help most of them to figure it out. Yeah, but with this team, it was more easier, and I also see that they enjoy having like this more laid back and chill team. But I do see some players who like are aching for more. Like like I see
Mhm.
Yonta or Zero, they are like players who are like really motivated and they have potential, and I hope for them for next season or next stage that we will or they will get into a team that it's like uh yeah, fitting to what, but fitting
Yeah.
their passion. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of the players are still, you know, improving themselves and looking to get better and to learn still. So like they're still like looking forward into the future of their career. But yeah, it is a very chill vibe, and like you said, it's important for a manager to kind of like bond with the team. We actually have a screenshot of some of that bonding
Uh-uh.
with the team, which I found quite interesting. Is this the typical communication that you have with your players?
Okay, okay, listen. Yeah. So it's like they're like I am a lot older than them, and they're like my younger brothers. Like they're like my siblings. So the
Uh-huh.
closer I get to them, and like we, oh, like I Skytor, like the core team, Skytor, Johan, and Snowdrop. I know them. Like Snowdrop, I even know like since last year. Like everyone on this team, I managed somehow before already, besides Jante. And you get close to them, you befriend them, and then they're like just getting, they're just your friends. Then in the end, they are my friends now.
Yeah.
And I love, I love to annoy Skytor. Like I love to rage bait him. I love to annoy him, and like you don't want to see like he spams me a lot with the Sarifat. Like my real name is Sarita,
Uh-huh.
and he just calls me Sarifat. So I just like so and on this day I had like new press on nails and I was like showing it to everyone, and then I wanted like to be funny and did to Sky Store in that way.
That's funny. It definitely comes across as like a good like friendship, like a stronger bond than just like professional. So this is yeah, definitely the type of vibe I thought the team would have. Um and talking about the players, apparently we've been sent another piece of media
Oh,
to show, which I have not even seen. Um okay. Well,
so
that kind of
this
explains their emotion.
you see, this is from January. This is when I started out to work with them, and for me, when I met this, like I knew Snowdrop, uh, from like from early stages, and when I saw, oh, I'm gonna work with Johan and Skytor and like those players, like I know Johan from like, oh, he played on Gaming Gladiators and stuff. Like it's like for me as a manager, he like work her way up. This was
Yeah.
like the highest team that I was on, and
Hmm.
like seeing like for me was like, oh, these are like kind of big names already, and I was like really scared, and I tried to be me, but also like to be supportive. And this is how like team, how are we feeling? Confident. And then they sent me this, like, and they made it into a gift. So every time they just send it like for officials or something. So just like, yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
No, yeah, because just like players, you do need to kind of like work your way up to this level. You don't just start out and immediately manage an OWCS team.
no, 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 no.
Uh, so in terms of like your history, then going back, I was like scrolling the Wikipedia. The oldest team on there was it Yuri Marai.
Hmm.
Was that your first team managing, or were you on teams before that? What was like the first team that you began to
This
manage?
was actually one of my very first teams. Yoramura was like my baby. I was like sticking to them until end of last year, and this is like a moment where I'd be like, oh, this is a proud manager moment. I got this team from scrimming 4.4K to entering Master Division.
Mm.
So this was like a really proud moment for me. And then the end of Euramura was like, yeah, it happened. And I had to let them go because then I got onto Quick Esports. and I was like kind of fine, like handling like both teams. But then when we got into stage 2 in OWCS, I was like, and now I want to really focus just on one team, because I think all the skill set a manager has and the resources you can give to your players, you can't divide that into 5 teams or into even 2 teams, because like besides this is like a hobby. I still have my own life, and
Yeah.
like you can't just do that. I did that at the start because I was like kind of lucky, like I had so much passion for this.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, at the start, when we got to stage 2, I decided to drop all my teams, but quit esports.
Yeah, because you need to balance your life as well, right? It's not just
Right,
about the players. You've got your own things going on.
exactly.
Uh, are you studying at the moment? Do you work? What is it you do outside of Overwatch?
Work. I'm
Work.
old.
Same, same. Finally, I've been talking to all these youngsters, and
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
finally
Uh,
someone
yeah, yeah.
also on a nine to
Finally,
five.
like you don't understand how often like I learn. It is learning by doing with like these youngsters. Like I got rage baited and trolled so much with the 6-7 meme that I was like I remember it like vividly. Like Snowdrop was like writing in absence. I'm I'm absent, like and I was like, from when to when, and he's from 6 to 7, like 6 to 7 days. And I was like counting the days, and I was so serious about it. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, so you're missing from the 23rd to the 20 to 28 or something like that. And then Jan and him were like making these jokes and gifs, and I still like the whole joke went over my head, and I'm still not understanding it. I just go with it. I'm just like, it's okay. Six
I've
seven.
been told 6-7's a meme. I don't know why it's a meme. I don't get it. This is the first time I truly feel old because
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
everyone's saying
exactly.
6-7. I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm on a
Yeah.
rocking chair on my porch, just like shaking my fist at the
Yeah.
youngsters. Like,
I'm just like, yeah, it's just like I just take it.
hmm. Yeah, and what was it that kind of started your journey to being a manager then in Overwatch? How did you like obviously were you playing Overwatch beforehand and then you started managing? What was that journey like?
Uh, I started to play Overwatch because my best friend, like, I know them since school time. They were
Hmm.
obsessed with this game. They played it so much, and they were like, and then at the end of Overwatch 1, they were like, guys, Overwatch 2 coming out. You guys need to play it with me. And then I started to get into it, and then I swear to God, I spent money on this game. When Overwatch 1 came out,
Uh-huh.
I paid €80 for this, played it once, and never touched it again because I didn't have I didn't have friends to play with. And I'm really like, I'm a single player gamer person. So
Uh-huh.
I played a lot of Sims. Like I'm a veteran Sims player, okay? and but I'm not good with ego shooters, and I always get anxious with shooters as well, because there's like this kind of pressure that you need to perform,
Yeah.
and I'm so bad with that, and I don't like to play it alone. And still to this day, when there are like new shooters coming out or people who want to play with me, I'd be like, yeah, we can play that, but I'm not playing that alone. Um, and then my best friend was like, oh, we gotta play this. So my uh, we just started to play it, and then I noticed, oh, Mercy is kind of fun, and it's like easy accessible for me to learn such a hero because you don't have to shoot. And
Yeah.
so yeah, then I started like, and I was so obsessed. Like this is such a like I just like newly diagnosed with ADHD, and it just makes so much sense why I'm so obsessed and hyper fixated with this team, is because it just scratches the right brain, like the brain like rightly like in
Uh-huh.
with this game. Like there's so much happening, so much colors. Like there's a lot that's so nice to play.
Hmm.
Even if I get frustrated with this game, it's like a abusive relationship that I have with Overwatch.
I feel that so much.
I get so frustrated, I hate it, but I come back every time.
Uh-huh.
And And then I started to play the game more, and I fell in love with this game and with the characters. And then I discovered, oh, there is even lore and so much more. And then I watched the World Cup, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
this is so cool. And I don't know how I got into it, but I think I played quick play or comp, not sure. And then I met someone who was screaming, and I was like, what the heck is that? Screaming. And they explained it to me, and then I kind of like got into it, and then it was like a friends team, and they were like struggling to get scrimmers, and I was like, oh, I can try helping you guys because I wanted to, and then I got into it, and that's how it started. I just wanted to help friends to get better scrims.
Oh, nice, nice. So you met someone while playing Quick Play that introduced you to scrimming, and then that was kind
Yeah,
of your entry, right? Okay.
yeah.
And watching the World Cup, did that kind of like get you interested into like the competitive world as well?
Yes, exactly. It was so fun to watch, and like the passion that all the players had, and it was so cool. It's like I also love to like. I'm not like the biggest fan, but sometimes like I love to watch like soccer, football,
Okay.
and yeah. So like this kind of stuff is like fun. So that's how I got into it.
Nice, nice. I when I first started playing Overwatch, I had terrible internet, so that's why I started playing Mercy. So Mercy was also my first real
Nice,
introductory
high
character.
five.
Yes, nice. Mercy mains on top. It's still one of my
Yeah.
most played heroes as well. That's how much I played
Oh,
it when I first started.
it's don't look at my hours. Like it's insane. Like when the SR thing came out now with the with the badge, with like how
Uh-huh.
many the level of your hero,
Hmm.
I was like, I'm cooked. Like I'm cooked.
It's over.
It's over. Like you look at my hero level and it's just like a mercy. I think it's like 200. Is this 100? I don't even want to know. It's
Wow.
high. It's
Hmm.
so high that every time I'm getting into a quick play game or a competitive game, they'll be like, "What the heck? Why is your level so high?" I'm like, "Guys, this is a
Oh.
past. This is my past. We don't talk about it."
They're just exposing you on main. That's crazy.
Literally, Blizzard targeting me. It's,
Hmm. Talking about getting targeted, I've heard we've got another piece of media to showcase here. Apparently, this one's a GIF. I don't know if this gets posted a lot by the team. What's the? Where's this coming from?
so I was on to several like I was on guest tier 3 as a manager,
Uh-huh.
and there's a player. His name is J9.
Oh yes.
So
He.
and
Have you seen how close he gets to his monitor when he plays? It's insane.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's this close.
Yeah, and I saw like his setup is also really weird. I don't even know how this guy plays. Like but yeah, they love like yesterday is a team they love to like screenshot everything and make it to a GIF. So yeah, that's the story behind this. Like I don't know. Jay was like typing something stupid again. I was like, Jay, please get a grip. Like, I do this a lot with my players. They're all like, I'm done with you guys. Get a grip. Stop it. Yeah,
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's very much the vibe I imagine Gastier Free has as well.
yeah,
You mentioned something that you got recently diagnosed with ADHD.
yeah.
First of all, congrats. It's not an easy thing to get a diagnosis for.
I know.
My mum spent a long time as an adult trying to get that diagnosed, so it's not easy. How do you manage then? Because obviously managing is very organizational. There's a lot of things to keep on top of. ADHD can affect that. How do you kind of manage having
Um,
ADHD and doing this?
it's for sure it's a hyperfixation with the management. So it's like for me, it's the dopamine level and the energy for that is always there.
Hmm.
Um, Also, like I have like my diagnosis is like a mix. Like it's called ADHD. Like in German, it's like a autism plus ADHD, because
Okay.
I have like a high EQ. Uh, like I have an EQ from they told me this is like everything is new to me, so I'm just adjusting to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
When I got the diagnosis, and she was like, "Oh, you're highly gifted. You have a high IQ. Like I have an IQ from what 138," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel that. I feel extremely stupid. So I don't know where this is coming from."
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so I'm still adjusting to it. I'm also on my way to get medication for it finally.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really exciting to know. Ah, it's also life changing. Like
Mm-hmm.
all my life, I tried to fit into the society, in the norm of the
Mm-hmm.
society, to work your 9 to 5 and just be normal. And now
Yeah.
I just know my brain is just differently structured. Like
Mm-hmm.
the things that like works easily for neurotypical people is
Mm-hmm.
immensely energy draining for my neurodivergent brain. So
Yeah.
this is a journey that I just started, and I am excited to know where it goes and how my life can like my it's not like my life quality is that bad, but
Yeah.
the struggles that I had in the past and I still have now, it explains a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, one of the things I've learned somehow recently, even though the age I am, is that being true to yourself is the best way to live life. And it's difficult to do that when there's things that you don't know, when you're like question marks, when you're not getting diagnosis, and um, trying to fit into society when there's some neurospicy in the brain is not easy. That's very draining. So I'm very excited to hear that this is so. Is this very like new? You recently diagnosed then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So this is really new, and this is also like where I sometimes feel like, oh, this is also really late because the struggles I went through, like in my younger, like as a teenager, and like
Hmm.
the younger years, is like, oh, maybe I wouldn't have struggled that much if I had a earlier diagnosis. But
Yeah.
the thing with ADHD diagnosis in women, it's more difficult because in boys, it's like the doctor look at the boys and they're like moving much, talking much, and then they're like, "Yep, you have ADHD. You can go." But with girls, it's
Hmm.
like we don't show the same symptoms in the same way like boys. It's like
Right.
it's an inner conflict. Like I can sit
Hmm.
still,
Yeah.
but my brain is like continuously like thinking, and it's really loud. So it's like a inner thing. Uh, what it's not showing to the outside.
Hmm.
And with my diagnosis, it's because I'm highly gifted. It feels weird to say that because I don't feel like that. Because I'm highly gifted and have ADHD. It's the profile code 2E. That's twice exceptional, and this is like you're on both side of the spectrum. Like you're really smart and you can really function really highly, and you learn really fast. But your ADHD and autism is like on the other side of the spectrum where it's like everything makes a lot harder. So
Yeah.
that's why my diagnosis was like slowed down and also misdiagnosed in social anxiety. I think I still have it, but we don't know. It's like it's
Hmm.
really complicated with this. Um, so I never it like balance itself out. It's nullified. It's themselves each other like that.
Yeah.
So the doctors never knew. Oh, this is you literally have to deep dive into it, and I it was a struggle, but I am
Yeah.
excited that I'm getting there and getting the help
Awesome.
that I need. Yeah,
Awesome. And I think I and everyone else watching will appreciate your honesty with this as well, because it's not something that's talked about a lot, and it should be talked about more, because a lot of people go through their life not looking or not trying to get diagnosis because they're like told not to, or like they're like the certain stigmas about it. So
yeah,
I think it's important to like talk about it and be open about it. So I really appreciate that as well.
yeah.
Um, Back on track. It seems like the team just keeps sending media. You're very
Oh no, what?
popular.
Oh no.
So we have
What are we
another thing
doing?
to showcase. I don't know where we're going next. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Are you a big Zarya fan then?
I mean, I'm a big fan of her thunder thighs. I don't know. Sometimes maybe I'm a funny person. It's like I just, I just built like that. I'm so I don't know how often I'm like telling myself when I see like when people like send me gifs or screenshots of what I'm yapping. I'm like
Mhm.
sometimes I just need to shut the hell up. But like there's too much too much in team chat and on other servers where I'm just like yapping it away. But yeah, I'm that
Yeah.
funny girl. Mhm.
Yeah. That's the curse of being funny. There's screenshots that follow you.
Yeah, the curse of being funny and entertaining. Ah,
Oh my god, the stress, the stress.
this is.
Uh,
And I love like the thing is the people around me, the friends I made on the way,
mhm.
they're feeding into it. Like Panda could have just ignored that, but they didn't. They slapped me on the thunder thigh.
No, it's good because I mean, you find friendships through this, don't you? Like people do become friends, and it's not just like professional or just doing the
Yeah,
job, and that's what makes it even more special. That's what makes
yeah,
it special.
and yeah, that's made me like cherish this community as well.
Hmm.
But like, there's always both sides to this community where like I feel like I love these people, I love this community, I love my teams. It's so fun.
Hmm.
Um, to get in contact with everyone, to bond over this game and bond over the passion for this game and for the competitive scene. It's so nice. I love the people and the managers that I met and how we like support each other. But on the other hand, there's also so much hate, so much like self-inflicting hate from the community, and it sparks joy, but it also sucks the life out of you sometimes.
Yeah, double-edged sword in a way.
Yeah,
Um, but
I
I
always
mean, anything with social media involved can very quickly become negative. So.
yeah, I always compare this to high school because if you think about it, the average age in this community is around mid. It's between 18 and 20, 22. So it's just the high school vibes.
Yeah,
And then
the
sometimes
clicks, the jocks.
the colleagues, the jobs, and then when I have players talking to me about like relationship issues or friendship issues, I'd be like, not to be that old person, but it do be a face. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly. And then you like hear things like especially younger people, they don't realize that they can just talk to each other. So like
yeah,
things build up and it's like, why don't you just like talk to each other, Like
yeah,
the world does not need to be as complicated as you make it. We can just chill. We can just talk to each other. It's
yeah,
not, it doesn't need to be that hard.
yeah, yeah.
Um
I have a huge advice to everyone who feels like a lot of frustration and sometimes like getting angry really fast. Like you need to see it like a picture that we have a nervous system and everything starts from the brain and the frontal lobe, and then
yeah.
it just sends signals into your body. So if you feel emotions, especially negative emotions, it takes
Hmm.
exactly 90 seconds where it like rushes through your whole body.
Hmm.
And my advice, sit those 90 seconds out before you type and send something. It just helps so much if you just don't type something on Twitter, if you just sit on it 90 seconds
Yeah.
and think about, is it really worth now sending this and starting a war?
Exactly. Yeah, I like that 90 seconds, like take a breather. I work my day job, I work in an environment where there can very easily be a lot of immediate frustration, and we refer to it as like chimping out, like letting our like evolutionary chimp brains take control of us, and then
Yeah.
like an angry like chimp, like chimping out. I think there's a book about it as well that I've been recommended, but yeah, taking a breather, stepping back, and just kind of reflecting before you react. That's really good advice. That is really good advice. I feel like we could have a philosophical conversation for
Yeah.
another hour, but I
Yeah.
think it's time for the all-important question.
Okay.
Um, if you, I suppose, as a manager, could manage an EMEA super team,
Mhm.
what players from EMEA would you have on it and why?
Okay. I spice it up a bit with the rumors I have from like managers, like how I will sort it like how easy or how hard are the players to manage. Okay,
Okay,
not just
okay.
their skill, because for me, the
Mhm.
most comfortable is when the players are not that complicated.
Okay, all right. I like
But
this
I
perspective.
I don't know. Like the perfect team for me is still my stage two team. Like that was the perfect team for me.
Oh,
But if like with skills, like higher skills and whatnot, I think I'm a big fan of Ziad as a tank.
mm,
Mm, then DPS, yeah. I think Caster is just like 100% here.
yep.
And then it's like, hmm, now I think, are they complicated? I don't know. I never heard about something about them, but I think it's gonna be either Quartz or Shockwave. I like to watch them as well. Backline, hmm. I think Admiral is nice to have as a main support. And then I would go with Gala.
Yeah. Okay. Strong team. Strong team. It's always interesting to see what tanks people go for because Ziad is someone that's really proven himself over the last couple of
Yeah, yeah.
stages.
I love
Um,
up and coming players. I love. Oh wait, Ice Gnome is also really interesting to watch, and how he
mhm.
like also got there and worked up there. So yeah, Ziad Ice Gnome also like interesting to have.
Yeah, I remember with Einsnome, I when I was like casting kind of more like bedroom org type stuff, like not really contenders as open division, Einsnome joined one of our tournaments, and I was like, "Oh, this player's amazing!" Like all this, and people in the chat were like, "He doesn't know, he doesn't know Einsnome." Let's just say I got educated really quickly, and
Yeah.
it's really nice to it's nice to see players that I knew back in the day, and then to see them where they are now, especially if a lot of players on Quick Esports as well. It's really nice to see the progression of those players. It feels really nice. But before we finish up, is there anything we didn't talk about or discuss that you'd like to bring up?
No, I think I got like how yeah they did me well. My players sharing the screenshots here.
Yes, they were sending them in. I think what like 4 media or something like that. That's quite funny.
So
But
yeah,
thank you for joining me, and good luck to the rest of the stage.
thank you.
Um, and for everyone watching at home, of course, keep up with Quick Esports. Check in on the weekends when the games are, and if there's any co-casts from Quick, and of course on the Twitter for any updates about the team and any future podcasts. And of course, the final one with Skyra on a Wednesday. And that will wrap up this season of a quick chat. And we'll have talked to everybody. And I know that we're planning to put together all those super teams together to compare and maybe get the players to vote on who else on the team had the best squad. We'll do something maybe on Twitter or something like that. But alas, thank you for watching, and don't forget to laugh loud and love yourself, folks. Good night.
Bye.